What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Okay, let's get to today's start question. Who here has ridden a coaster designed by TOGO? I'll be honest, I haven't ridden many, but at least in my mind, they are and were one of the most iconic manufacturers ever as far as roller coasters go, and I am a fan of some of the stuff that they produced. For example, that dive loop on the Big Apple coaster, I know a lot of you hate it, but I actually really thought that was super impressive and there was a lot of hang time up there. But this then got me thinking about other smaller coasters that they produced that maybe some of us haven't heard of that are just far out of reach. And unfortunately, the one I want to cover today is defunct, but it still has a really cool history nonetheless, and saw a ton of interesting things in its design as well as development. So what is it, and where did it come from? This is the story of Yomiuriland's SL coaster. Opening in 1964, Yomiuriland, located in Tokyo, Japan, is a large amusement park situated on a mountain that features modern attractions such as roller coasters, water rides, and games. It is home to the Yomiuri Giant Stadium, one of the training fields for the Yomiuri Giant Spaceball team, and was the primary training ground for them before the largely popular Tokyo Dome was completed. The park is likewise operated and run by the Yomiuri Group, the parent of media conglomerate Yomiuri Shimbun, and recently saw major upgrades to increase attendance. But moving away from the park's history, let's talk about its coasters, and more specifically, one previously called SL Coaster. Though more popular and arguably interesting rides have existed in the park's past, like Twist Coaster Robin or Momonga Standing and Loop Coaster, both of which I've actually done videos on, SL Coaster was actually a super unique ride in and of itself, given its extremely terrain-based nature and odd design history. And as I mentioned, Yomiuriland is situated in a pretty hilly / mountainous setting, so building a coaster flat off the ground wasn't exactly an easy task at the time. But still, to the credit of the park, they did it and hired in manufacturer TOGO to complete the job. And I'd actually called the park when scripting this video to get any further information I could on this process, and they, to my surprise, claimed Yomiuriland designed the layout and had only TOGO build the coaster, so that'd be interesting if true as well. Regardless, what I did confirm with them was that the physical construction of the ride was a nightmare. Since a large portion of it was based over the water, initially laid footers became quote soft and weak, and there was a time when the park had to close the attraction for a few months in order to add additional supports. Where and how these supports were added I don't exactly know, but at some point that was implemented. At the same time, towards the end of the ride, there was a planned chain that would take the train back to the station, but that too also saw problems because of its difficult location. During its operational years, I was told the coaster would often close due to a train getting stuck on the chain as a result of a poorly placed motor that underwent frequent repairs. On the flip side, despite this sloppy construction, guests did indeed enjoy the attraction, and it was in fact open most days. Riders would leave the station off of a drop, turn a ways off the mountain, dip over and around a lake before returning back to the station. This would last all the way up until 2011, when the coaster was indeed run to its last days, and finally scrapped after simply becoming outdated. Like literally, that was it. One day the park announced it would close, and shortly after, it was gone. Pretty interesting history there for sure, and I hope overall that Yomiuriland felt satisfied with the ride, considering how much it really did thrill riders. Regardless, that's about all the information I can offer you on this coaster though, so don't forget to like and subscribe if you did enjoy it, but honestly, that's just all I got. Stay tuned for another video coming in a couple days as well, and I am just getting back from Hawaii and I'm now off to Portland for parks, so that should be fun too. Thanks again you all so much for watching, and we'll see you all there. See ya!